Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Monday, May 30th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Cleveland Guardians vs Kansas City Royals. Our team pick is Guardians minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. A 4-game split with the first-place Twins is certainly not a bad result for a struggling Kansas City team, but it fell short of taking the series with a loss on Sunday afternoon. Kansas City was blanked until the 7th inning when MJ Melendez hit an RBI double before scoring on Hunter Dozier's RBI single, yet that wasn't nearly enough as Minnesota was already up 6-0 at that point. Zach Greinke went 4 innings in the loss, allowing 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks, while striking out 2. Andrew Benintendi continued his strong season by going 2-4 with an RBI and a run scored to lead the Royals' offense. The Guardians have been slipping of late with 7 losses over their last 10 games, and dropping a series to struggling Detroit over the weekend will only make things hurt worse. Cleveland was limited to a single run in Sunday's finale, with Luke Mayall's sacrifice fly in the 7th inning standing out as the only highlight at the plate. Tristan McKenzie had a strong outing in a tough luck loss, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 8 across 7.2 innings. Owen Miller went 2-2 after entering as a pinch hitter, as the Guardians didn't have an extra base hit all afternoon. In a matchup where both teams are sending shaky starting pitchers to the hill, the better move is to bet a Guardians team that is significantly better at both the plate and in the bullpen. There's at least hope Plesac could get things together based on his track record before this season, while it's hard to trust any member of Kansas City's beleaguered pitching staff at this point. Just about every young starter is struggling for the Royals at the moment, and Heasley has a lot of work to do, having walked nearly twice as many batters as he struck out to begin 2022. The Guardians have managed a solid enough offense this season with a 104 WRC+, as some decent young hitters are providing depth for the superstar Ramirez. Kansas City has also been awful in the bullpen, while the Guardians boast enough good arms, including flamethrone closer Emmanuel Clase, to rank 7th in reliever ERA. It's a mess right now for a Royals team stuck in rebuilding mode, and Cleveland will hit enough to cover on the run line here. Our total pick is over 9 runs. And here is why. Despite some recent struggles, Cleveland has strong overall offensive numbers, capped by the elite Jose Ramirez in the middle of their order. They are primed to explode against the struggling Heasley, who has been averaging nearly 1 walk per inning. On the other side, Plesac has really battled with consistency and will have another tough matchup against a Royals lineup that has sprung to life of late, averaging just shy of 5 runs per game over their last 7. Look for rookie sensation Bobby Witt Jr. to continue his hot hitting. The over is 9-1 in the Royals' last 10 games, a trend that looks ripe to continue based on this pitching matchup. Boston Red Sox vs Baltimore Orioles. Our team pick is Boston for the win, and here is why. The Baltimore Orioles will head into Monday night's game with Boston hopeful to take the series over their division rivals. It would be the Orioles' 2nd series win in their last 3 series. On Sunday, the Orioles pitching staff was rocked for 5 home runs in a 12-2 loss to Boston. Starter Bruce Zimmerman lasted just 4 innings and gave up 8 hits and 6 runs, including all 5 home runs. Reliever Cody Sedlock did not fare much better, making his major league debut, giving up 6 hits and 5 runs in just 3 innings. The O's offense scattered 7 hits and scored just 2 runs in the loss. Baltimore is now 5-5 in its last 10 games. The Boston Red Sox are now 23-25 and improved their home record to 12-12 after Sunday's win over Baltimore. The Red Sox are slowly but surely climbing back into the AL East race after struggling through all of April and much of May with a lineup that was failing to produce. The Red Sox are 7-3 over their last 10 games, and Sunday's output marked the 4th time in those 10 games that the Red Sox scored 12 or more runs in a game. On Sunday, the Red Sox bats kept that going with a 5-home run outing to pummel the Orioles 12-2. Kike Hernandez, Christian Arroyo, Franchi Cordero, Rafael Devers and Brian Dalbec all homered in the win. Starter Nick Pivetta won his 4th straight start, going 6 innings and allowing 5 hits and just 1 run. Right now, the Red Sox offense rules the day. The Red Sox's .309 team average over the past 20 games is beyond hot at this point. To put things in perspective, Boston has scored 12 or more runs 6 times in the past 13 games. The Orioles' 12 runs on Friday night were the first and only time this year Baltimore has scored in double digits. The Red Sox lineup is completely clicking right now, and there are very few easy outs, as even previously slumping Alex Verdugo and Christian Vasquez have started to heat up. Hill has started to be stretched out over the past 4 games and should be in position to give his team 5 innings and put them in a spot to utilize a relatively fresh bullpen despite the recent doubleheader. Our total pick is under 10.5 runs. The Orioles are averaging 3.71 runs per game and 3.40 runs per game on the road. They averaged 6.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Red Sox. With Boston giving up 4.74 runs per game at home, the Orioles will hit their average in this game. The Red Sox are averaging 4.72 runs per game and 4.39 runs per game at home. They averaged 5 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Orioles. With Baltimore giving up 4.96 runs per game on the road, the Red Sox won't score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Orioles and Red Sox played under the total in 7 of their last 9 meetings. New York Mets vs Washington Nationals. Our team pick is New York Mets minus 1.5 runs. The Washington Nationals have not had the start to this 2022 regular season that they were originally hoping for, but they still have plenty of games to turn it around. They are currently in last place in the NL East. On the offensive side of the field, they are scoring 4.06 runs per game and hitting .254 as a team. This is the 21st least amount of runs scored per game, but the 5th highest overall team batting average. They have shown that they can successfully make contact with the ball and reach base safely, but they have struggled to drive in runs. They have been one of the most unclutch offensive teams in the MLB this season. The Nationals have also struggled to hit home runs, as they are only averaging .64 per game. This is the 29th lowest home run average in the league, as they have failed to drive in runs all year. I am also expecting the Nationals to stay unaggressive once they have reached base safely. Washington has only stolen 18 bases this season, which is the 25th least in the league. Watch for Juan Soto at the plate in this game. He has shown that he has the most power on his team, as he has already hit 8 home runs this season. The New York Mets have jumped out to a hot start to begin this regular season, but they will need to continue their play on the offensive side of the field if they want to reach the postseason. They are currently in first place in the NL East. On the offensive side of the field, they are scoring 4.96 runs per game and hitting .263 as a team. This is the 3rd most runs scored per game and the 2nd highest overall team batting average. They have shown that they can consistently reach base safely, and they have a deep enough batting order to drive in the majority of these runs. Surprisingly, the Mets haven't shown that they don't have much power littered throughout this lineup, as they are only averaging .88 home runs per game. This is the 23rd lowest average in the MLB, as they are more likely to string together multiple hits to create a high-scoring inning. The Mets will also look to be fairly aggressive on the base paths in this game. They have already stolen 22 bases this season, which is the 17th most in the league. New York will take the free bases when they are given to them, but they trust their batting order enough to drive in the majority of these runs. Watch for Pete Alonso at the plate in this one. He has already hit 12 home runs this season, which leads his team. He has been providing offense for his team all season. I will be riding with the home team in this matchup. They have the edge on both sides of the field, and the Mets will be able to cover the run line spread, minus 1.5, against the Nationals. New York is currently scoring the 3rd most runs per game, and they have the 2nd highest overall team batting average. They will consistently reach base throughout this game, and it won't stay close for long. Washington is currently giving up the 28th most runs per game, and they have the 28th highest overall team whip rating. The Nationals have also struggled on the offensive side of the field, as they won't be able to generate enough runs to keep this one close. Washington is scoring the 21st least amount of runs per game, and they have the 5th highest overall team batting average. They will be able to reach base, but they won't drive in enough runs to give the Mets a run for their money. New York is allowing the 13th least amount of runs per game, and I like David Peterson in this matchup. He looked great in his last start against the Dodgers, and that will continue into this one. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs, and here is why. Eric Fed has been pitching well on the road, as in 4 road games. He is 2-1 with a 1.99 ERA thus far, while David Peterson is 1-0 with a 2.89 ERA in 2 home starts this season. Neither team has shown the ability to hit for a lot of power, as the Nationals have hit 30 home runs this season as a team, while the Mets have hit 41 homers thus far. Both teams also kill their rallies by grounding into double plays, as Washington leads the league with 48 double plays, while New York is tied for 12th with 33 double plays. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.